Okay. So hi guys, my name is Malhal Umbani and today is the day 4 of my web development live bootcamp barber website in on MERN stack. So let me quickly share my screen. Okay, so my screen is visible now. So yeah, we started developing the backend of our barbershop website, and today we are going to continue on that. So what exactly till now we have built is just we have built one sign up route. Today we will learn about JSON Web Token, which will be used in login, and maybe also build some more backend routes. So this is my, let's quickly share my database, how it looks. Mhm. So yeah, we have three collections in our database, which is barbers, bookings, and services. So barbers will be collection will hold all the documents for barbers, such as look at this one. This one was created using the API. So first name is Malhar, then Nai, Malhar@Nai, and all that stuff. So what we have built till now is just we are saving the what do you say? Saving the user, like we are successfully signing up the user. Let's quickly create in the same file exports.sign in. It will also go in try catch block. So when the user signs in, like logs in, we will take particularly two field from them, which is first name, not the first name, sorry, the email and password. And just give me a second. Okay, so we'll take email and password. So if you don't remember, we are storing the encrypted version of our password. We are not directly saving our password. Oh gosh, I actually forgot my password. But let's see if we are able to log in, or else we'll create a one new user. So let's just say console.log starting sign in. This is just for now. We would not have console.logs on production like this kind of console.logs. So we will have email, then we'll have password, which will come from request.body. Now, as you know, we are using bcrypt to like to hash our password, encrypt our password. So we will use the same library to like we'll use the same library to like check if the password is correct or not. But before that, we can check on the MongoDB database that if we have the particular email or not. So let's say I find one mongoose. So what find one does is it gets the first one it finds. Find one that find. So it's user.finding. So const let's say barber user const user is equal to await what do we say barber dot find one. We're not finding by ID where email. Then if we don't find any user, then we will return response dot status. What's the status for unauthorized? Status for email not found. It's 401. 401 dot send. What are we sending? Status error and message. So status is error and user email not found. Okay. Then if we have user, then we will also have user. Let's just first try to see if we are finding user. Yes, dot send return. Send user. And index.js we have this, then router.post slash. Let's quickly check if we are able to find the user or not. Now, one thing, the most important thing is to start the server. DB connected, awesome. Localhost 3000, no, it's 8001. 1001/API/barber/sign in. And it's a post and body is raw JSON. We also need to add the check if we don't have an email or password. Email password is necessary. I get that. Let's just first send email as what was the email? malhar@nai.com. If you guys don't know, Nai is like barber in Hindi. Yeah, we are able to get the user as an object. So awesome. Let's go to a function and edit that again. This is, copy this. Don't have first name. Now let's go to Bigcrypt npm and see how we can, like, we have the encrypted password over here and we also have the original password which will come from the user. So we have to have a function which will kind of do the comparison. It is bcrypt.compare, which will take plain password and then hash password and then will return true or false. So let's say password comparison. Is equal to await. They are using this. So bcrypt.compare. First one is plain password, so it would be just this password. Then user password. The second one is the hash password, and you can see we get the hash password as user.password. Then if password comparison, then return as dot status 401 send. Status would be error. Message would be password incorrect. If it's true, then return rest status is success. The user. Yeah, email password is necessary because we don't have password over here. Let's try password is 123456. Let us also console.log this over here. See, we are able to log in. I remember the password. It says password comparison is true. So now we are able to like store our password in an encrypted way and also uh, able to compare the password when user logs in. But there is one thing like whenever you into something for some time, right? Whenever you log into Instagram, it's not like that you have to keep on logging. So they might be using some kind of technology. So once you log in, they will know that okay, it's me. That this party is authenticated and you can allow him. So to do that, we use JSON. So what exactly is JSON Web Token? So it's like a token which when a user logs in successfully, we generate a token which would expire in some time. The time would be set by us as a developer. Let's say the time is 1 hour. So it is a token which we will generate, uh, and it would be an encrypted token, and it would contain our information about the user is Madhar, who is signing, who has already logged in, and that token would be sent with each request whenever you hit any backend request, so that backend can know that okay, you are authenticated, like you already have logged in, and you can access this function, access the backend. So JSON Web Token. Let's understand this with a diagram. That would be more better way. Why is it not loading? Yeah. See, the send the password of our backend, like this login route is the auth server, and this is all our rest of the backend. So what an user will do is he will send the credit email and password in our case, and the auth server would authenticate and generate a token, which would be like unique to this particular user. It would consider it would have the information of that user inside this token, and this token then user whenever he wants to make an request to the API to the server will use this token, always send this token, and this would also verify that okay, is this token valid, is this token true, signed, but then it's not expired, and then it would send the response, or else it would say that please log in before, like the user not logged in kind of error. So JSON Web Token, they are lightweight. Why do we use it? Lightweight, easy to use. Like you can use it in mobile application, web applications. So there will be like three. JSON Web Token is usually divided in three parts. The first part is the encrypted algorithm name. Like let's say your algorithm is RS256. So RS256 would be encrypted like this. Then let's say you want to pass some information regarding the users inside the web token, so that whenever user comes back again, you can access the access the user's data, like use that user's data all over the backend. So you can also store your data, like let's say I am a barber, and if I am admin or not, you can store that information over here, so that we can also know that the particular user is an admin or not. Like in our case, it's not admin, it's owner, I guess. Yeah, is owner. We can store that inside the token. Yeah. And then there would be the verify signature. So signature would consider would have a one secret which we would use, and we using that secret and all the other thing, it generates a signature which is funded over here. So usually JSON web token looks like this. So now let's use this in our function. Whenever user signs in or sign up, we will generate this token and send this to front end. And yes, there are two ways which I know to store the JSON web token. Like when the user logs in successfully, you send that token to front end. Now front end has to store it somewhere. So we can store it into the local storage of the user, or we can also store it in cookies. But for now, we will like making backend only. So we would just send the token back in the headers and just directly use that in the backend. And when we will make front end, we will use that token and store it inside the cookies. Excuse me. Mhm. Let's install this. See here they are making a token. This is the data which they are have, and I think SHHH is the algorithm, or is it just like a secret key? I think it's a secret key which they are using. Let's see. I want you to know. Hmm. So first let's import the JSON web token. Let's just save it as JWT is equal to require JSON token. Hmm. Let's first make it for when user is logged in successfully. So what we would do is what kind of information of users which we want to store in our database. So not in database, sorry, in token. We don't want for we can store the user's email, user's ID, and also if the owner is owner or if the barber is owner or not. Let's run over. Mhm. So const token is equal to, we also will be using a secret. Uh, let's just say that secret is over here for now. Malhar Web Dev or just Web Development Bootcamp. Web Dev Bootcamp. Okay. Now we want to use this token to sign it. So let's use, is it await or just directly gwt.sign? First thing which would pass is the user ID, which would be user dot underscore ID. Then we would pass user email, like email, user dot email, and we would pass availability and just user is owner. User dot is. Then we would use the default. If you don't set like the algorithm, it would be automatically set to HM, EC, SHF 256. We want to also set an expiry date for the token. Let's say like it expires in, yeah, this is one what we want. Like, no, first we would set the private key, like this is the data which we have set. Then we would use our secret. Then this expires in 1 hour. You could also pass it in seconds, which would seconds or minute, I'm not so sure. But let's say we want to use this for now, just for the development purpose. We would set our token to be like lasting for many days actually, but let's just say 1 hour for now. Let's say 1 hour. No, not 1 hour. 10 hours. Hmm. Then we would set this token in headers. Rest, not rest dot headers, it would be set headers. Is it? Rest dot set header. Not resume browsing, come on. Yeah, it's rest dot set header. Uh, let's set web dev token, and it is token. Just a minute. So let's also log this. Can remove this. Mm, let's hope we are able to. Okay. So let's try logging in again. Okay, in the headers, see, you can see our web token, which we would kind of save. Um, where can I store it? Let's print it over there for now. Awesome, we are able to generate a token and sorry, copy this, just this. Mm, when we save the user, do we get a user back? Mongo save. Mhm, mhm. I think we would get a user const user is equal to barber.save, and then we can use the user email which is returned from that user. We can delete this because it has first name last name which was earlier, like which was created while the schema was not good. So delete this and create one new user which would be in the sign up. Hmm. Let's say who do we want to create? Oh, best barber in world. Barba. Barba @roja.com. Password would be same. First name would be Barba. First name, last name. Then we also have email, password, availability. How's availability stored? I forgot. So it's hmm. Thanks, Dube. Really appreciate how you explain each step. Not a good explainer, but I'm trying. So availability would be an array of objects. Day he works on Tuesday. Um, 11 a.m. Just 11. And time is, let us say 20. Thanks, Tanevan. Appreciate it. Arizona is false. And mm, let's say this guy doesn't have an Insta ID. So yeah, we are good. Okay, let's sign this user. User created successfully. In the headers. Okay, we have a token. for this user. Mhm. So now, whenever a user hits another route, like wants to get to another route, there should be one route which would basically check when the user sends in the token, is that token valid? Is the user logged in successfully or not? So let's create a module which would act as a middleware. This function would act as a middleware in each of the routes. Excuse me. Mm, Exports dot is user signed in. So it would also take request and response. Just a second. How should be a middleware for authorization authentication express. Okay, so first thing which we want to do is excuse me, is to take the token which user will send, right? So user would usually send this token inside the authorization tab. So let's see over here in the headers, there would be one authorization field, and over here we usually add our token like a bearer. First we add bearer and then we add our token over here like this. So const token which we would get from the request headers, right? What am I doing? Yeah, headers, and it would come inside the authorization field tab, like authorization key, and we want to split it on the gap because usually the token is sent using the bearer, like we add bearer at the start and then we send it. So bearer space and then token. We would split that on the space and then use the second one. So if it is there, then use this one. And if we don't have token, then we would this, we can use this in this line, return dot status, not return, like we need to send an error, right? Okay, and now we want to like verify our token. We have our token, we also have our secret, and see if the user is authenticated or not, like it's user signed in. Mm, JSON web token, so it's jwt.verify, then a secret key, and then a callback. So let's just say we say const user data is equal to jwt.verify. Verify the token. First it will go as token, then we would pass our secret, and yeah, that's it. Hmm. Mhm. Yeah, this one is more good like an but why would a user send request.body.user ID with it? Let's just say if we have user ID inside this one, what next error? Mhm. Hmm. If we have, if we don't have, let's also have this in try catch. Hmm. Over here, if there's no user data, we would send this again. Just then if we have a user request, then Request.user is equal to user data. We would store all the user data which we get in the request.user, so that can be used anywhere in the other routes. And then we would do not return, just we would do next. Okay, so the user is, let's save this. To test this, we would just create a router dot get slash test, and it would have this middleware which is user signed in. Is user signed in, which we would import that, and then we would just directly request press next, just send, and user is equal to request.user dot status 200 dot send user. S dot status 400 500 dot send something and wrong. Let's add some console.log over here. Let's say console.log token, just request.header. This is test, and we have added one bearer token, which is for this one, like Malar Nai, and this should be a get request, so don't need this. Maybe just copy this. Yeah, don't need this. Get request. Let's say invalid request. Please log in. So token is undefined. It says request.headers. Interesting. Dot authorization. Okay. Maybe now. See, that's how. Okay. So we got our user back. like the user ID we got, and then we got the email. He's the owner, and it is created at this time, and it would be expired during this. So yeah, awesome. Let's remove this. Mm, let's say we are sending something instead of Q. Let's add here R. Invalid request. Please try again. Awesome. Let's change this back to Q. Send and we get the request. Mhm. So now, like we have created mostly the routes for authentication to two main routes, which is sign in, sign up. Now let's jump into creating some other backend routes, which is for this thing. Let's open our website, which is this one. So, uh, in the barbers, hmm, this we should change this name to like auth.js and auth routes, and then the other route should be barber routes, which would be like get all barbers. There would be one API which would get all the details of all barbers. Then it would get details for just one particular barber when we pass the ID in it. Let's see what we can do. Do we need to change? There should be one route for services which would get all the services when user oops, book now. It would provide all the services, right? Like this would have the services of that this particular barber. Excuse me. Mm, mm. So, like in the sign out route, we would usually remove the cookies from the front end, and that would sign out the user. And we could also maintain a like a blacklist IP, blacklist tokens in the database, but it's fine. Now, let's first create, let's just change this name to, let's first change this barber routes to rename. I would change you to auth routes. Yes. This would have also updated it over here because I checked that, yes. And in the barber.js, rename it to auth.js. Yes. Okay, so our backend should work smoothly. Let's just check test. Yeah, it's working smoothly. Awesome. And create one new file which is service routes.js. Similar to auth routes.js, it would have express. Then it would create one router. Then it would create the, and here in between of this. So what are the routes which we want for this? Router.get, get all services. Okay. One would be get all services, then router.get. Just I would use single quotes for now. Slash. So you would pass an ID parameter which would get us one particular service. Router dot post. Actually, one would be router dot post, and in this get we could also put one request which should be put. I'm not sure. I would get this tomorrow. Like how to use in the same route. Like say our route would be slash API slash service slash, and that route you can have a get route and also post route and also put route. Not a put route, but post route. Yeah. And inside this get route, you would have one put route. Inside this, let's say make service. Then we would make a similar for update service, which would be put. Then there would be delete service. So we now need to make functions for this inside the controller. So let's go to service.js. but like it's kind of late currently, so I'm going to end my stream right now, but we'll continue tomorrow. And as always, we would push our changes to Git. So let's do Git status. So it says I deleted these two files because I changed the name of it and I created these two files. But let's say we do git add. I want to push this, which is delete. And I also want to push this deleted file. And I also want to push the new one. Not the services one, but the auth routes. And I also want this to be pushed. Package log.json. Also package.json. Also, yeah, I already did that. So git and I do git status now. I have pushed I just want to push this all files. I don't want to push the service one because it's just new. I just created that. So you can do that by like specifying files instead of git add dot. Git add period would push all the changes. So git commit dash m and with the message dash m is for message. So implemented JWT. Git status, git push origin, main. We are pushing directly in the main branch. Usually, when you are working for a company, you have your own feature branch which you work on and then you make a pull request. But I am the one solely working on this project, so I can push directly to the main branch. Okay, I have pushed everything. Okay, thank you so much. Today we learned about JWT token and implemented a middleware which would check if the user is authenticated or not. In the next, which is in the next session tomorrow, we would try to wrap up our backend, not wrap up like complete most part of our backend, which would be like making a booking, creating a service, and all. So I would see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.